Egal, was heute im Bundestag passiert, es wird sich gar nichts ändern. Gar nichts. Es ist aber ein positives Zeichen zu sehen. And that's what we're going to talk about today in the Insanity Report for Germany. It's Friday. It's the 31st of January, 2025. It's now 11:30 in the morning. I think that the Bundestag talks have already begun. And I was thinking, should I wait to make this video until the end of the day to see what happens? But it doesn't really make any difference what happens. And that's what I'm going to tell you about today. Look, guys, we all know that what happened on Wednesday was just like an idea of Friedrich Merz. And what happens is they go there, they vote. Merz and the Bundestag, they get to see how many people are kind of on board with this idea. And today it's going to be decided whether or not it's going to be made into a law or not. Look, there's something very important that everybody should just remember. The laws in order to stop the immigration into the country are already there, right? We already have laws that would take care of this, but none of those laws are being followed. Not only by the German politicians, but by politicians in other countries. As a matter of fact, Germany doesn't follow certain laws, and other countries don't follow other certain laws. It's like two different. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Now, the countries that are saying, look, we are just going to close up and we're not letting any more immigrants in, like Hungary, Poland, they are also breaking the EU law, but I think that they're right to do so. They have to protect their own country first, their own people first. And so if everybody else is playing their own game, then they are responsible still for their own country. You cannot just, every time something goes to shit in your country, go, well, it's the EU. I mean, what can I do? Well, then why the fuck do we even elect any of these fucking people? Why don't we just start electing EU people then? I know, I don't really want that. I'm just saying. That would be the logic of this kind of system where everybody just goes, hey, look, I know you voted me in to take care of your interests and to do what I was voted in to do, but in the end, I can't do any of that shit. I'm just some sort of puppet that is standing here waiting to get instructions from the likes of Ursula von der Leyen, a corrupt woman that is now at the top position in the EU, which is crazy, right? Which is crazy. But okay, that's another story for another day. These people are then completely useless. So yes, countries like Hungary and Poland, you know, they're like, look, we're just not going to do it. You know what I mean? And then Europe can do whatever the fuck it wants. And if they want to fine us, then fine us. You know what I'm saying? If I was those countries, I wouldn't even pay that shit. I would tell Europe to pound fucking sand. What are you talking about? You're going to fine me for securing my borders and enforcing immigration law to protect my people? Now I have to pay a fine? Actually, that would be grounds for me to say, well, then I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Then fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm out. Right? Now, I understand that some of those countries probably aren't financially stable enough to step out of the EU, but I really don't think that's the case. Look, Britain left. They're a lot more stable financially, and everybody had all the horror stories and all the shit. Oh my God, it's going to collapse. Look, none of that shit ever happened. Just like climate change. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit ever happens either. You know what I mean? So I think it's just a matter of political will. Now, that is for Hungary and Poland. Maybe a different story than for Germany. See, Germany is a powerful, if not the most powerful force within the EU. As a matter of fact, Germany has the power to let the EU people dance to its tune, right? Because if Germany says to the European Union, listen, we're done. It's Dexit time. We're out. The European Union would completely collapse. They wouldn't be able to monetarily fund all the shit they want to do because Germany's money would be out. So Germany actually is in the Donald Trump position here, right? Germany is actually in the Donald Trump position. Germany can say to the European Union and Ursula von der Leyen and all these fucking woke globalist morons that are up there, they can say, no. We're going to do it like this, right? We're going to do it like this. And if we're not going to do it like this, then we're just going to bounce. We're just going to bounce. We're going to be out. That's it. Peace, EU. Peace, Ursula. Kiss my ass. I'm done. That's what they could do. Okay? It's the same thing that Trump does to Europe about NATO. Trump's like, look, y'all are going to pay more or we're done. And everybody's like, shit, now we got to pay more. Oh my God, we got to pay more. Right? Right. That's because America and Donald Trump is in a stronger position than any one of the NATO countries is. They're the boss. In the European Union, Germany's the boss. Right? And but the problem is, we have weak-ass politicians here that will not go against these perceived overlords in the EU, in Brussels. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know who agreed to that shit. You know what I mean? But that would be crazy. That's crazy. For every other country outside the EU, it's crazy. It's a crazy notion that the president of that country doesn't really have the final say. The politicians of that country doesn't really have the final say. No, we've got to beg and plead and get on our knees and kiss the ring of some outside organization in some shitty Flemish country. You know what I mean? That, that's insane to everybody. Insane to me. You know what I mean? So, look, the European EU idea, when it comes to immigration, is not fucking working. We all see it's not working. Now, just because you want to change the rules and the laws around the immigration question does not mean you suddenly have to say, well, fuck it then. Fuck it. We're done with the EU. The EU's, it's gone then. It's over. It's over. We're not going to be able to there's no more free trade. There's no more free movement. Europe's failed. That's it. We're done. But that's what these guys are like children. These politicians are like children. For the last week, on every fucking Illner, Marcus Lanz, talk show, bullshit, all of them, they're talking about, well, if this happens, that's the end of the EU. That's it. It's over, guys. It's over. But we can't let that happen. We can't let that happen. The EU is the most important thing ever. No, it fucking isn't. The most important thing ever are the citizens of the countries that these politicians actually represent. That's the most important fucking thing ever. The EU relationship is not that important, actually, right? And it's also not the case that just because the laws need to change in one section of the agreement that the EU made with each other, right? The European Union countries made an agreement with each other, and now we're all seeing, okay, this agreement we made about immigration obviously is not working. We're going to have to change it. It'll benefit every EU country. It'll benefit every EU country. But no. If we fuck with that, then the EU is over, people. All these horror stories, fuck off. That's you know what the thing is? That the reason why those politicians say that is because they know there are a lot of people within Europe that have traveled to another country to work and live or whatever. They want to scare these people. That is the left's policy. Scare the people into doing what we say. That's what they did with COVID. That's what they do with Russia and Ukraine. They do it with everything. The immigration shit, well, if you start kicking out illegal criminal rapists, well then that means that Aunt Jemima that works at the corner store and has a kid, and that means she's going to have to get ripped out of her work and her job and put on a plane too. No, it fucking doesn't. You know what I mean? What the hell are they talking about? Oh, if you change the rules on immigration, EU is over. It's over, guys. What the hell are these people talking about? It's all scare tactic to make the normie person, the regular person that still watches Tagesschau and all this bullshit that is actual state propaganda. Those people still believe that shit that these morons are pushing, right? They still believe it. Look, there's nothing going to happen to the EU except the EU is going to shut up and take a back seat when it comes to immigration policy if the politicians in Germany just grow a pair of fucking balls and tell the EU to pound sand. And if you try to punish us by giving us fines, we are out. Then you'll watch how fast the EU and Brussels and all these people get on their knees and start licking Friedrich Merz's balls. They're going to do everything they can to fucking not make that everything. They will sacrifice everything to make sure the Germany doesn't get out of the EU. So now, to finish this up, what's happening today in Bundestag is important only for one reason, because what it is legitimizing the AfD completely and delegitimizing all of the other parties. So no matter who votes what or whatever happens, even if it does become a law, what Friedrich Merz wants to do, Friedrich Merz is using this so he can get over the hump at election day. It's only less than a month away. He knows that if the people are under the impression, right, and that's very important, that under the impression, if the people are under the impression that he is going to do something about the massive immigration into this country, because he was willing to partner with the AFD to do it. And so the people now believe him, and they're going to vote for the CDU. That's his plan. I'm not saying this is the way it's going to go. I'm just saying that's what he's hoping for, right? He's hoping he will get voted in. Once he's chancellor, right, then he's going to say, the EU just doesn't allow it, guys. You know what I mean? It just, we can't, we don't have the personnel. We don't have the legal grounds. I tried to put this Notlage thing in front of the court. The court said no. That's what's all going to come, right? Because the European Court of Human Rights is going to look at this. If Friedrich Merz actually gets to the point where they are turning people away at the border, the European Court of Human Rights will get involved. They will probably strike down the Notlage thing. That's not going to fly, I don't think. You know what I mean? Because he's not going to be able to sell that to them. And then that's going to be it. That'll be it. And Friedrich Merz will partner once again with the leftists, the Greens, and all those other people, just to not have to partner with the AFD. Then he'll be chancellor, and then we're stuck with that motherfucker for 4 years. So that's what I think he's going to do. I don't think at all, there's no reason for anybody, me included, to believe that Friedrich Merz is actually going to push through against the EU laws, right? Actually going to turn people away at the border, start fights with neighboring countries over it, because if all those people heap up in Austria at the border and don't get over, you know what I mean, then Austria has to deal with it. That's going to piss them off. Okay, then they're going to slide it over to the next country. And like I said yesterday, eventually the outside borders of Europe will have fenced-in areas and will be patrolled regularly. That's the way it was supposed to be. That's the laws that are in place now. They could just do that. They're not going to do it, so they have to be forced to do it. Right? And Germany is going to have to. That force, it just comes by chance. Germany's prime responsibility is they have to secure their borders and their people. And if that has a domino effect in a positive direction, that then all of the other countries start doing the same thing, that's great. Then we're back at where we were, 20 years ago when the fucking law was made. I don't know when it was made, but, then we're back to the way it actually should be, right? That's the way it should have been. They don't need more fucking laws. They don't need Friedrich Merz's fucking plan. The plan, it's already there. The laws are already fucking there. They could do it right now. You know what I mean? They're just not going to. This is all smoke and mirrors, right? It's great for the AFD. I love it that the AFD is going to win massive points because of this. I know they will. They may even, I didn't think this was ever going to happen, but they might even come out as top party, right? That would be fucking amazing. That would be amazing. And if that happens, then there will be change in the country, because the politicians in the AFD, they are very intelligent, they are very savvy, they know what the economy is, what it does, how to run it, how to get it back into shape. They are professionals. The people in the other parties are professional politicians. There's the difference, right? The AFD also has the backbone and the balls, obviously, because they have been swimming upstream ever since they started, and they haven't buckled once. They haven't ever said, okay, just to get power, we're going to give up on our values. All the other parties have. No, they have swam upstream, kept to their standards, kept to their policies, kept to their beliefs this whole time, and now it's paying off for them, and that's good. That's a good thing. That's this whole week was a net benefit for us that believe in the AFD, for us that think that the AFD is the only answer to save the German situation. For us, this was a very fruitful week. For the country as a whole, it was another week of smoke and mirrors, total BS. This shit is not the kind of shit that Friedrich Merz is made for, right? And it's not even if he was, he's still got his whole fucking party to worry about, right? And many of those people will not have the stones to go against leftist mob crazy woke backlash, all the newspapers being against them, all the fucking leftist idiots being against them, getting death threats, getting fucking people showing up at their house, protests against them, the media's against them. They're not going to do that, guys. They're not that kind of people. They don't have the fucking balls for that. And I wish that every German would see, yeah, that's actually true, right? And if you think I'm wrong, show me one thing that these establishment parties have ever done that would cost that much backbone, that much balls to go against that much pressure. Have they ever done anything like that? No, because they've all been playing out the same hand the whole time, right? They're all the same. It's like the rhino Republicans in America. They're Democrat Republicans, like fucking hybrid. Fuck, you don't even know the difference between them. All the establishment parties are all jerking each other off. It's a big self-leaking ice cream cone. It's a big fucking circle jerk. That's what it is. And the AfD is the only party that is outside of that. That should tell everybody something, right? The AfD is the only party that has not given up on their values over all this time, has taken a bunch of shit from the whole country, as if they're devils and demons. And in the end, it turns out they're right about pretty much everything. And all of these other politicians are trying to convince you that they are going to be able to do what the AfD has been promising to do since the beginning of their founding, right? So they... Hang on a second. All right. Y'all motherfuckers don't know how to drive for shit, right? So anyway, so they... have just been they've been pissing on the public and telling them it's rain, right? And the public has been drinking it up. And I think now finally, most people, like I said yesterday, most people, including Helen Keller, you know what I mean, can see by now that, okay, these motherfuckers are all lying. The AfD really is the only one that's going to even try to do anything, and that will have the balls to go against the European Union. I'm not saying the AfD should step out of the European Union. No. The European Union is all right? It's got good things. We should, if we can, but we should reclaim our own power, and the AfD will have the balls to do that, right? Because the AfD and Alice Weidel and those people understand that Germany is the EU's biggest fucking player. We are Trump in the EU, right? And that's what Alice Weidel, Tino Kruppala, the AfD top people, they understand that. That's why when they go and talk, they say, no, all of this can be done. It just takes the political will to do it. That's correct. The political will. That's what I'm talking about. And Friedrich Merz doesn't have it. The CDU members don't have it, right? Because yes, they are going to have to fight with the EU. They are going to be hated by the leftist wokesters, the media. They're going to get even more hate. They're going to get hate from everywhere. You know what I mean? They're going to get hate from everywhere. And they're going to be, there's going to be stones laid in their way all across the way, all the way down the road. They're going to get shit put in their way. But the AfD is used to that, right? They're used to that. And they're like, that's for them, that's like, meh, we can take it. You know what I mean? I mean, they even voted along with Merz, even though Merz had to put this little thing in there that said how bad the AfD was. And they were like, yeah, we don't care what you think. We're going to vote for things that are reasonable and common sense. And that's what we're going to do. So you can put whatever the fuck you want in there. So they're the only adults in the room, people. Right? Friedrich Merz is all smoke and mirrors. Right? He is just doing this to get into the chancellor position. Once he is there, it will go back to the same old fucking tired ass shit. We can't do nothing. It's European Union. We don't have enough cops. We don't have enough personnel. Basically, they throw in the towel. They're like, look, the immigration thing, we can't do shit about it, and we're going to make it even worse. We're going to let even more people in. We're going to let even more people take their families in when they get here illegally, and then take their family in also and let them live here. And we're going to keep paying for them, and we're going to keep letting them stab and rape our kids. Because really, we can't, our hands are tied, guys. We can't do anything. That's everybody else except the AfD. If you guys want this country to change at all, you will need to vote for the AFD in massive numbers. Do the Trump vote out of America. Everybody go. No exceptions, no exclusions. I unfortunately cannot vote. I'm counting on somebody out there to vote for me. You know what I mean? Look, everybody's got to go. And everybody's got to go and pull the lever for the AFD. They've got to be put in such a strong position that they decide what happens, right? At best, the best situation would, of course, be if they had a total majority. I don't know if that might be wishful thinking. You know what I mean? On the other hand, this shit show, what's been happening this whole week, if enough people watching that fucking scratch their head and think, hey, hang on a second, something ain't right, maybe it will get to that point already. If not this time, next general election, they're going to be number one. They're going to have a total majority. And then finally things will get done. But it might take 4 more years of absolute disaster politics in order for it to happen. So we're going to find out. But people, look, it's exciting what's going on, absolutely. It's cool to watch the German politics world get disrupted like this. It's very good. They need it. They absolutely need it. But is it going to be enough to actually make change? Not with Friedrich Merz and the CDU in charge. I don't see that happening whatsoever. All right, guys, look, it is weekend. This was the last Insanity Report for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll watch me on Monday again. If you want to get all my stuff, all you've got to do is subscribe to the Substack. That's where I also write articles. That's where all my videos come out. Nothing is censored there, so everything is there. And it's all about logic.substack.com. If you're watching this on TikTok, I might be kicked off once again very soon. They keep removing videos. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know what it is they think I'm doing wrong, but I'm not going to continually try to dance on eggshells when I do videos to please TikTok, especially since I don't know what the fucking problem is because they don't tell you. So subscribe to one of the other places that are listed on the screen if you're watching on TikTok, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day, and we'll see what comes out of today at the end of the afternoon. Peace out.